Salute to all the real ones out there. It's your boy Mike coming at you again with another video. Yo, y'all like the content I've been dropping and the direction of my channel was headed in? I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos with anybody else you think may benefit from them, alright? Now, so to give you kind of like a quick update, I'm back in Germany, had an awesome time in the States. And of course I made a few videos while I was there, just trying to keep y'all like in the loop and drop some of the content that was coming onto my mind at the time. So now I'm back in Germany, you know what I mean? It's like we taking incremental steps to actually build this empire, you know what I mean? So still planning on moving back to Atlanta, but it's like coming back here is a part of the process so that it's broke up into two different parts and we're not just trying to make everything happen all at once. Of course we experienced a bit of a culture shock while we were out there, and it's back to this country so that we can kind of recalibrate, refocus, and then come with a real streamlined plan of action for our very near future move back over stateside. But today's topic is going to be called "You Attract What You Are," or "You Are What You Attract." You know what I mean? So the reason why I'm coming up with this is because there was a lot of times during my trip where like we would have conversations with different people, and I'm just going to kind of run down the list of how that mantra kept coming up into my mind. You know what I mean? You are what you attract. And the inverse of that is what you do not like the inverse is what you do not attract, you are not. So case in point, I'm over here chopping it up. Came across a real estate agent who actually she's a mortgage broker who I got plugged up through her, through my sister-in-law, who is, in the process of doing her first house flip. You know what I mean? So we got to meet some really cool people through my sister-in-law. And one of those people happened to be somebody who, ever since 2006, has been basically been working as a mortgage broker. So I actually called this individual so that I could get a little bit of game, and I had like a clipboard full of some questions that I had wrote down. And, I got around to asking her, how long have you been doing this profession? So she said, since 2006. And then I asked, what's one thing you like and what's one thing you don't like about your field? So she said, one thing I like is that, of course, I've achieved the goal of reaching a millionaire status. And it's all through real estate. You know what I mean? It's the tried and true methods of accumulating long-term wealth have always been real estate, investing, like stocks, bonds, things like that. And then you have having your own business. So I felt really compelled to know what's something you don't like. And what she says she doesn't like in her industry is ignorance. She said the same thing that I've been kind of talking about on my channel, about how we're living in a time where most people are just parrots. They don't really grab the book that's been tried and true from an expert in, let's say, real estate, and use that as their guide, use that as a valuable tool to learn knowledge and then implement that into their dealings within that industry. Like most people just hear stuff about the economy or hear what one dude said on Twitter. They parrot what they hear in a podcast. Like nobody has their own method to sift through information and make up their own opinion based on research. So she said that was one of her pet peeves. So I asked her, what could you give me advice? What kind of advice could you give me as a first-time homeowner? And she said, basically, just become one. Don't be influenced by all the things that are happening in the market, or don't be influenced by the naysayers, because many people are literally just talking out of their ass and they don't have a true opinion that they've researched and validated. So, after I got off the phone, I was just thinking to myself, like, I'm so glad that I was able to structure myself in a way that when I talked to this individual, I was able to pull from her expertise. It wasn't just me calling her on the strength of, hey, I want to buy a home. Here's my name. Here's my number. I'm going to call you when it's time for us to do business. Like, nah, I wanted to pick her brain. And what I realized after I got off the phone was like, yo, that was a good 45-minute conversation with a millionaire, you know? And like y'all hear some of the stuff I talk about in my videos, and I really feel like I'm on the track to be a millionaire. Like it's really ingrained in my mind. And it's not just so I could show off and stunt. It's because I'm taking the knowledge from people who are already millionaires or well to do, and I'm implementing the strategies that they use to get there, you know? So one of the other things that I asked before we got off the phone was, would you happen to know of like any books or resources that would help me get to your level? And she gave me one of the books names, and it was like the Millionaire Real Estate Agent or something like that. I wrote that down, and literally a week later went to Barnes and Noble, got that book. And y'all remember I said 25 books a year I'm gonna read. Right now I've already finished 5. I'm on my 6th book, and once I get done with that, I'm gonna directly start reading that. You know, so it's all about vibrating on the same frequency as the people that you want to emulate. You know what I mean? It's like be the change you want to see in the world, because you are what you attract, or you attract what you are. However you want to say it, bro. Or case in point, you know, having a conversation, overhearing like how certain people are not satisfied in the dating scene. You know, they got mad things to complain about when it comes to, let's say, the opposite sex. But then the person that they actually entertain or look like they want to get with is a person that has red flags for miles to see. Like anybody with a, I guess, rational mind could sit back and just already peep how this said individual is not gonna bring you the ideal situation. You know, you attract what you are. You know what I'm saying? There is no way that like I should be sitting next to somebody and just hear them trash they ex. Oh, my ex ain't shit. You know what I mean? Or back when I was growing up, you know, hearing stuff about how this baby dad ain't worth a damn and this baby dad ain't shit and this and that. And I'm like, man, yo, stop talking like that, because when you talk like that, all it does is make a person like me look at you. The more you talk about this person that you laid down and made a kid with and made him look like shit or whatever, or trash, you know what I mean, your baby mom, oh, I hate my baby mom, oh, she ain't shit, you know what I mean, conniving ass bitch, and all this negative talk. It's like, bro, that's the woman you made a kid with. So if you were able to lay down with that person, there's something about that person that attracted you. There's something about you that attracted her. You know what I'm saying? So y'all came together. So how can you be over here talking about how that person ain't nothing? It's like, yo, you attract what you are. And what you do not attract, you are not. You know, so I got to shout out to my boy David Carroll. You know, rest in peace. If y'all don't know anything about him, he used to be a dude who was blasting the hell out of like the things that are happening on the social scene. And he was the one who like coined that term. You attract what you are. The inverse is what you do not attract, you are not. You know, take the chick that's over here talking about she want to get with this thug dude and this and that, this and that. But then when some thug stuff happen, or he get locked up in jail, or he beat the hell out of her, or, you know what I mean, he cheating or doing this, like, she's just shocked. It's like, how you in shock? You know what I mean? You get what you know what I'm saying? If you want to play with that, that's what you going to get in return. So moving along, you know. During my trip, I also had some really good conversations with some of my homeboys, you know what I mean? Salute to my boy Kevin Evans, to my boy Lawrence Thomas, as always, you know what I mean? Loyal supporters from day one. And yeah, they were kind of relaying to me like that I'm in the belly of the beast. Y'all even heard me say that in my last few videos. But like I said, bro, you are what you attract. So my whole thinking was, all right, I'm trying to be the change I want to see in this world, man. Like, being back in the States was a real eye-opener as far as, like, where do I start? Like, let's say masculinity. Just a rational, clean-cut, stand-up type guy. What I realized was not trying to diss anybody that I saw or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just my perspective. I'm just giving y'all this game. If you a thinking man, you know, and you consume like the content that I consume, and you read the books I read, like, you gonna have a certain mindset, and that's the people I'm trying to talk to. like I said, I got a small following, but y'all kind of get what I'm saying. But yo, when I was out back in the States, like I was looking around at how a lot of the dudes were carrying themselves, and I gotta be honest, it wasn't really worthy of respect. You know, like just where do I start? Like everybody's like a drone. You know what I mean? I was seeing that cleanliness was not very important. I was seeing that it's rare to see a dude that keep his hair tight. It was rare to see a dude that had his pants on or had clothes on or pants on right or clothes that actually fit. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Back in the day, it's not like I was some fashion mogul. I'm not a fashion mogul now. Like, I got this little sweatsuit. You know what I mean? My wife blessed me with something nice. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm trying to raise my frequency. So, of course, my clothing, my dress, the way I carry myself and everything is going to continually go up as I age. That's the goal, right? But what I was peeping when I was in the States was I was getting a lot of stares. And it wasn't stares of like animosity, like, man, who the fuck is it? Nah, it wasn't like that. It was more stares of like awe. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like a light, and when I walked in a room, like it attracted people's eye. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to brag or boast or nothing. Like, come on, man. Everybody has their own opinion. You know what I mean? To one woman, I might be very pretty. You know what I'm saying? To another woman, I might be the worst, ugliest dude on the world. You know, everybody has their own type and preference, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but when I was walking around in the States, I was realizing that a lot of people were looking at me, and it was kind of like I was a breath of fresh air. You know, like I'm carrying myself a certain way. Yeah, you see I wear nice clothes and stuff like that, but I'm not with this flashy, you know what I mean, walking in like trying to act hood type swag. I'm just being just straight up. And a lot of time I would have my wife right there with me, and we'd be over here communicating and everything. And I could just see that a lot of people felt inspired by my presence. You know, so like I'm very appreciative of that. And like the conversations that I would have with the random dudes, like let's say my barber, you know, out of all the barbers that were in the barbershop, for whatever reason, I wound up booking the appointment with the one who has his own business, you know, has 2 or 3 different homes in the Powder Springs area, moved down there from New Jersey a long ass time ago. And me and him were having like real powerful conversations as I was getting cut, you know, and like in a way he kind of reminded me of like an older version of myself. It's like y'all ever think back when you were younger and there was like maybe an older dude that you found cool, you liked his style, how he carried himself, he had a code of conduct that you could resonate with, and then he dropped game on you, and you understood that it was better for you to, let's say, observe what he was talking about. And then later on when you get older, there's a young dude that for whatever reason wants to come to you, and then you start to realize with age, like, oh, now it's my turn. You know, each one teach one. You attract what you are. There's a reason why I wanted to go to him. You know what I mean? He even said, you kind of remind me when I was younger. So I took that as a compliment, because I looked out in the parking lot. He had a nice ass Jaguar, like the F type. You know, I paid the haircut. Yo, the haircut was 40. I threw him 50 for the tip. You know what I mean? And everybody looking at me like, bro, you spent 50 for a haircut. I'm like, bro, it's bigger than just the haircut. It's the fact that I'm over here supporting a dude that I could eventually see myself being on his level or even higher in the future. So I'm paying it forward. You know? You're going to resonate with certain people whenever you make moves and you improve who you are. And that's one of the beautiful things that I'm trying to express with this video. You are what you attract. You know what I mean? You a single dude. You talking about some, man, I want to get me a bad chick. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, a female is somewhere out in the world thinking about how she wants to have a dude that fits certain criteria. Are you that criteria? Are you doing the best you can to actually upgrade yourself? Are you keeping yourself sexually disciplined, doing sport, saving your money, grinding for a purpose, headed in some type of direction that you decided you wanted to go in life? If you did, you working on your fashion too, bro, who's to say that whenever you walk around and see that female, she's gonna probably have that same spark of energy that you just felt. And when you make an approach and come like a rational male, you know, hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. Like, not trying to come with all this sleazeball bullshit. Everybody watching dating coaches, but who? If you a female watching my channel, when's the last time a dude just really just made a solid, serious approach where you could sense that he was really genuine, really was feeling you, and wanted to take things slow and become your friend, get to know you, and take it step for step. What I realize is, yo, that's a rare thing these days. So you are what you attract. You know, I want to be a millionaire. I feel like I'm on the track. Okay, so what's gonna make it realistic? Well, no bullshit. Like in the middle of the video, I'm gonna tell y'all, bro. In the middle of the video, I'm gonna grab this little book. What's one thing that I learned that millionaires do? First of all, they have some type of journal or some type of thing where they write often, tracking what they're about, tracking what, you know, how their goals are coming along, tracking what they need to get done. You see mine right here. This is a new one. This is a new one. The other one got filled up already. And what's on the first page? I'm saying I'm going to have $1 million in my possession by the 1st of December 2030. I know exactly where I'm going. Remember my video, Rudderless Shits? I'm not just aimlessly saying I'm going to get $1 million. I'm making strategic steps. All right? To facilitate this, I will render the best of my abilities in all endeavors. I will also, what's the first thing on my list? Read at least 25 books a year. Bro, this is the fourth year. I'm going on the fourth year that I done did this. I've read 80 books up to this point. Ever since I started doing that in the book, in the journal, I've read 80 books since 2019. And it's only going to keep going. Can you imagine in 5 years? And these books are not just aimless, whatever, little romances and stuff. Like, nah, I'm reading stuff about African history. I'm reading stuff about finance, business. I'm reading stuff about philosophy. All this does is expand my mind so big. So then whenever I get new information from, let's say, the millionaire that I talk to, I get to also pick from their brain and apply all that stuff. And you get so much more valuable knowledge when you actually reading stuff like that. And this isn't to brag. I'm just keeping it 100% real with y'all. I hope you feel the energy because I'm not bullshitting about anything I'm saying. Meditate at least 5 minutes daily. Bro, sitting back, closing my eyes, focusing on what I want, envisioning where I want my life to be. Using my imagination to actually picture how everything will be. What car will I drive? What will my house look like? How many stories is it? What does it smell like? I picture myself being the most fit, in shape, attractive version of myself as I age. Not doing pretty bad if you say that I'm 37 and I look left and right at dudes who are my age or even younger and they don't even have energy. You know, most dudes, like I said, energy is currency. Most dudes is broke when it even comes to that. Tired, lazy, smoking, chilling, hanging out, no type of ambition. You can't get no real knowledge from them. They ain't gonna drop any jewels of wisdom that you can apply to your life and actually flourish. So, dog, it keeps going. Eliminate drifting and mindless entertainment. Bro, I've been home all day, right? Cleaned up, worked out, called over a dude who is basically a real good handyman. I'm about to go ahead and get our whole entire apartment renovated. Talk to him. What else? Read. Had an appointment with, you know what I mean, the VA. Did this, did that. Took a shower, got myself cleaned up. Already made dinner so that when my wife get home, we can sit down and eat together. Wrote in my journal the stuff that I want to get done tomorrow. Now I'm making this video. Dog, it all belongs to one another, you know what I mean? And you are what you attract. So here I am trying to attract, not even trying. Here I am attracting what I expect from the universe. And I'm giving the universe 8 years to manifest it for me. And in the process, I give up things that I'm going to do. All right, exercise 3 times a week. Bro, if I write down what I look at today, what I wrote down from today's workout, that's workout number 132. If y'all do the math, there's 52 weeks in a year. 3 times a week would equal 156 times from January 1st to December 31st. If I'm already at 132 and it's early November, that means I have 24 more times, 24 more times to actually work out before the end of this year. And bro, I'm going to reach that goal. And you know what that means? That means I get to put a check in that box. So all the stuff that I have in this book that I'm planning to, let's say, serve up that I'm going to deliver to the universe. The universe is over here working on my other end. My higher self is going to make that happen, because it's like, all right, bro, you made a contract with yourself on how you're going to reach this million. The universe is thinking, help me help you. That's my version of me helping myself right there. All right, semen retention, minimizing the amount of times that I actually just release nut. Bro, have I ever led y'all wrong? All the times you didn't watch my videos, have I ever led y'all wrong? You can go all the way back. I kept it real on when I was doing a streak, when I broke my streak accidentally, how I'm trying to get right back to it. Skin glowing, hair and nails glowing, everything growing fast. You know what I mean? Eyes all clear, looking like I'm like younger, even though I'm getting older. That's coming from the semen retention. I know people don't want to hear that. It sounds like it's bogus, but bro, I'm not trying to lead y'all down the wrong path. Kill negative thoughts. Need I say more? Master the new industry that I'm about to get into. All right, so I got an industry I'm about to jump into. I got all the booklets and everything. Every single day I read up a little bit, study a little bit, watch a few YouTube videos, really politics. So then when it's time for me to actually go to schooling for that, I'm going to be ahead of the class, leading from the front. Maintain health and appearance. Need I say more? Purchase my first home. That's dead serious, bro. Get the first home, because that's going to help you get long-term wealth. Travel 3 times a year at a minimum. So look, I already did it. I was in Kuwait, came back to Germany. That's already, I'll count that, right? Then we went to Paris. Then we went to Turkey. So that's already 3. But then we just went to the States. And while I was in the States, I went and saw my mom in South Carolina. So come on, bro. That's 3 times. So I'm keeping up my end of the bargain to my damn self. Have at least $100,000 in credit. Now that's going to take a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably at like 25 racks. 25 racks I have just in credit. That means I need to get it 75 grand more. That's going to take a while, because I don't want to get too many hits on my credit report, because every single time you take out a new line of credit, they smack you down a few points. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even show y'all that, but I'm trying to be above 800 on my credit score. Or let me correct that. I'm not trying. I will have a above 800 credit score. I'm like high 700s. But for me, I want to get to the highest possible range. Those are all the things I'm doing to attract what I am. I'm telling y'all that repeatedly. I am a millionaire. I've already internalized the notion. And I'm doing things daily to slowly build up momentum towards that. This is no way me bragging or nothing. This is just me being passionate and showing y'all that all of this is coming truly from the heart. There is no script. I haven't written anything down from this video, right? So, bro, if you watching this stuff, I really am looking dead at you right now. Anything in your mind you want to get, you can get it. Any car that you thinking about, you can have it. Yo, you want to get the I don't give a damn what car. Oh, I want to get the G-Wagon. Okay, when's the last time you watched a full YouTube video about the G-Wagon? When's the last time you grabbed a magazine and read about the G-Wagon? When's the last time you got on Google and actually started to read up on the specs? You should be able to tell me pretty much everything about the car. You should know exactly what color you want. You should know exactly what kind of rims you want. You should know exactly how much money it's going to cost to not only get the car, but also how to maintain it. Anything you want to get, you got to be on the same frequency of that thing or person or job or whatever the fuck, so that the universe can serve it to you. Because you are what you attract. And what you do not attract, you are not. You want to be the top salesman in your company. Okay, what would the top salesman be doing? Will he show up late? Will he show up unmotivated? Will he make only a handful of calls and actually give up after he gets rejected? Like, he's probably going to go the extra mile where the average salesman is not really going to be able to connect. The top salesman is going to probably have a different strategy that he's going to have learned through trial and error and not being afraid to take risks. You know, that top salesman is probably going to attend seminars on his days off so that he can learn from some of the top salesmen that are already reigning supreme from in the industry right now. So, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm already over my time limit, but yo, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one.